Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification cast this side of Yorkshire. And today we've got a 2 vs 2 on Colosseum of Deadman. Playing on Team 1 as the Death Guard, we've got spooky, scary skeletons. And we've got the Birdman playing as the Imperial Guard. Whereas on Team 2, playing as the Deathcore Krieg, we've got Noke, I'm not going to try and pronounce that name, I do apologise. And we've got Envy playing as the Eldar. So we've got plenty of Guard, we've got the Deathcore and the Death Guard, plenty of Death on this side of the map, and then just standard Soulstorm factions on the t'other side. Now, interesting thing about this map is not necessarily where people spawn, but this little Thunderdome in the centre here. You've got one relic for each team, which I assume Death Guard are going to go and grab that. The Eldar will go and grab their side, although mind you, the Deathcore would really benefit from the relics as you can get your big bad machines later on, but mind you, the Eldar do have quite access to a lot of relic and super titan units later on in the game, same as the Death Guard. But the main thing is that we've got lots of very slow factions and one quite quick and nimble faction that can make use of going up and over these large steps. After all, I mean, don't get me wrong, everyone likes a little bit of parkour here and there, but the Death Guard, Imperial Guard and Deathcore are not known for their back-flipping capabilities at the Eldari. Going to open up with a couple of Dark Reapers as one cheeky squad of guardsmen come rolling on in to see if they can nab the relic, which is very brave of them because it's going to take them ages to capture it, and it'll probably be decapped straight away, so not the best use of their time, if I'm being completely honest. Dark Reapers over here also probably thinking, oh shit, there's a blooming, what is this, flag of Sweden, I don't know, some blue background for White Cross, some Nordic guardsmen, I imagine. These guys over here being pest and bothered will have to run all the way back home under the unrelenting fire of the Dark Reapers. Command squad willing to come on out as the Nurgle cultists, capture their bits and bobs here, there and everywhere. Lord General's command squad, which has early game access to some plasma guns if they so wish. Fecklet Normal for defensive reasons. And the Death Guard is quite happy to chill out at home for the moment. While there's one resolute soldier stands guard waiting for the boys to come over. Was it 4 vs 1? He could take him on. You don't need no bodyguard. He's got the protection. Oh, look at him. There he goes. Fixed bayonets, gentlemen. Well, he needs no bayonets. He's got a sword. But they've got 2 swords, which is, you know, that's just not fair, is it? Realistically, not fair at all. Some Jaegers coming in to assist. They're not allowed umlauts in Unification, so that's why it's called Jaegers. That's alright. One squad getting a slice into one of the Dark Reapers. Cultists coming in to support the Guardsmen for the moment, but all that light cover is probably not where they want to be. Spooky, scary skeletons. You may have tough infantry, but nothing so tough that it can resist double Dark Reapers firing at you for very long. Look, cheeky little... Oh, can they get a denial on that relic? Not quite, that's a shame. That would have been a right pain in the backside if they could pull it off. But Guardsmen coming in replete with a Commissar. Give them some grenade launchers, and they'll be able to trade fairly decently with a couple of squads of Dark Reapers. In fact, is that what you are going for? No, not at the moment. It's naked Guardsmen for now. Jaegers coming in, see if they can stop this Boxwalk Slave for building things up. Thankfully, the Jaegers don't do an incredible amount of damage. So he's going to politely ignore them. He just wants to dance. Like that song from Ninja Sex Party back, quite literally, about 14 years ago. Ooh, that's a reference. If none of you are familiar with Dan Avidan and Ninja Brian's contributions to the world, definitely Google Ninja Sex Party into the YouTubes. Obviously, after watching this video, I need the viewer retention. I need someone to pay for my plastic crack addiction. Timid Army coming on strong, nearly at 2,000 points. Be able to actually play some tabletop for once in my life, which would be pretty neat. Only a £500 investment into my own life, but it is what it is. Jaegers are just... I don't think this has been finished. We'll gradually wear and tear it down. We do also have a bunker being placed here. Interesting placement. Now, obviously they're going to protect all the things going around this general neck of the woods. But I don't like how it's so closely placed to the light cover. Able to pop a couple of havocs in there, which can take it down. Relatively less firepower coming in, if that sentence even made any sense. But so far so good. Even Stevens on map control at the moment. Imperial Guard, being the defensive faction, protects this flank quite nicely. Also love the placement of the infantry command to stop anyone from coming around this side. Those double dark reapers. Oh, you've got the decap on the relic. Amazing stuff. Give those guardsmen a biscuit. They deserve it for all their efforts and such. And the bunker holding strong as the regular Plague Marines open fire. There's that one dude inside here doing what he can. But no point in pushing in any further. Just going to basically assume that this part is now Death Corps Krieg territory for a little while longer, until you get your Havocs or any kind of other equivalent of... Oh, hold on, you've gone for blooming melee veteran bodyguards. That is incredibly brave. But you know what? I like it. It's a little bit different than what most people go for. I mean, pound for pound, the plasma guns on your ranged veteran bodyguards do a hell of a lot more, but who cares, man? It's all part of the show. All pomp and circumstance. The Death Guard coming in from both sides, got the support from the Dark Reapers. Imperial Guard got to come in and see if they can do a bit of a flanking manoeuvre on them. Yeah, those Assault Marines chasing away those soldiers. Be really careful, as if their morale breaks, they point blank refuse to leave battle. But this bunker needs sourcing out ASAP. Maybe that's what the command squad could come in to do. They have lost their actual commander there. It's just the bodyguards. There's the grenade launchers, making a sizable adjustment to the DPS on that bunker. All the guard have been taken care of over on the left-hand side from where we're watching, but not quite being able to break through and crack that bunker open. One of the strongest defensive structures in the game, in my honest and humble opinion. There's the Plague Havocs singing that swan song of the bunker, but just as Death Guard gets tier 2, so too do the Death Corps. Now both these factions, Death Corps and Death Guard, came out in the same patch 2 years ago. In fact, I think it was the first year of me covering Unification that we saw these guys come online. And a mighty story can you tell with both of these factions. Both coming out from the gate very, very strong, and then being very heavily played by a lot of people, and then being nerfed quite a lot. So I'm more... Well, it depends on who you ask. Are these factions balanced? Maybe, depending on the matchup. But Death Guard certainly nowhere near as dominant as they used to be. Grenades been thrown around, causing damage over time, making maximal use of that light cover. The bunker is down. And it's looking less than tenable for the Death Corps and Eldar at the moment. They do have double Vipers, which is an interesting choice. Got a lot of knockback with those missiles. Also AoE damage that breaks morale instantly, apparently. Everyone jumping inside that infantry command. Before jumping out again. Yeah, probably just hide inside the infantry commands, I imagine. Hope that the Death Guard come over to support you. It's not looking very pretty. Even the heavy weapons team fell foul of all the stuff. Death Guard thinking about charging in, but there's a fresh bunker. That is further away from the light cover. This is exactly where he wanted it to be. Being supported also by listening post as well. Listening post is down. Sorry, no, that was the infantry command even. Because having to run away. So triple Vipers. Where is the anti-vehicle? Probably Sentinels is what you want to see up against these guys. But that being said, the Vipers will also be able to kill the Sentinels. Alarming swiftness. It's a Cursed Machine Spirit on one of the dudes. Here comes those Plague Havocs. A volley of missile launcher fire. Will he escape it? Yeah, practically. Doesn't die majorly. Doesn't die at all, in fact. Turret Demon firing on from on high. Or General Squad with a... got a Standard Bearer. But no, he doesn't. That's sad. So not enough momentum to push the Guard all the way back out when both the Imperial Guard and the Death Guard work together, but we've got two flanks to defend. Oh, hold on, there's stuff going on over here. There is the Mortis Poisoners and everyone else. Plague Havocs. Yeah, okay, well, may as well attack where you're most defensible. Hold the line, gentlemen, they say. As they fix their bayonets and charge to a glorious death. Lord General being supported by triple Murtaugh platoons. Well, just one Murtaugh platoon, but 3 lads inside. Then have to push their guns away as the remarkably swift Assault Plague Marines keep on top of them. So do the Eldari come over and support? I assume that would be the case. Got a couple of Warp Spiders ready to come on in, but the Imperial Guard will start putting pressure on them. Dear oh dear, all those bunkers mean for naught. Here's a Hellhound there. Fire and poison left, right and centre. Plague Havoc's getting some of their missiles in, but being disrupted by the Murtaugh platoon. Some regular old soldiers. Can they get them down? Oh no. No, no you can't. Oh, good effort. They tried. Not quite what you wanted. Storm Chimera keeping the Imperial Guard back, but a regular old Chimera reigning supreme down there. And the Eldar seeming to not quite sure what they're aiming for at the moment. They've got the Wraith Lord, they've got the Warp Spiders, but if they don't support their friend... Oh, they've got a Webway Gate here. They definitely need to support their friend. Otherwise, it's a 2 versus 1. That is just now impossible to win from that standpoint. Wraith Lord keeping people at bay for now. Got another Wraith Lord coming in. There goes the triple Warp Spiders into the Webway Gates. And can they come in and save the day? Atari's Poisoners. Don't do much damage against the Hellhound. We've got a swift amount of Warp Spiders to take care of those Poisoners. Be careful of those Assault Plague Marines. Poison Grenade has been thrown into the ranks of the Warp Spiders. Very quickly will the Death Guard now fall. These 3 units combined to focus fire can take out whole units, whole armies sometimes, depending on how they're used. Malignant Plaguecaster also looking like he's going to go down. But there he goes. Managing to save the day, but the Death Corps have lost 2 listening posts as a result of that. Imperial Guard making use of this window of opportunity to take down a listening shrine and decap a strategic point. Also the relic as well. Not quite been captured here. Here comes the Wraith Lord. Double Storm Chimeras. Warp Spiders coming around the flanks now. And only 1 squad of Warp Spiders, which was interesting. Oh, they've got no more jumping juice left. Oh, that's an expensive loss. It's not where you wanted it to be. No anti-vehicle at the moment for the Imperial Guard left. Got some more Plague Marines marching on forward, supported by their Plague Havoc allies. Mortar firing support there takes him out. Also got Dark Reapers just standing around, not really doing anything. Envy, don't forget your Dark Reapers. That's like, what, 6 squad cap of Eldari? 4 in total. Sitting around not doing much. There we are. While we've got a brief break in the battle, let's have a look at the economies at the moment. It's 110 and 55, or 53 and 80 and 30, compared to 60 and 39 and 80 and 53. We'll watch from the Death Guard perspective for a little while. Yeah, huge economy for them in comparison to everyone else. But at the moment, the defensive posture of the Eldar and the Death Corps will hold them back for a little while. Those mortar platoons running roughshod over the infantry formations, but the double desecrators coming over is going to be a real humdinger for them to take care of. Maybe the double Wraithlords with their bright lances can focus fire on them, but need to make sure that the Plague Havocs are being kept at bay. And the Death Guard being very noisy in my ears at the moment. Got a army being built up over here for another assault on the Death Guard base, I imagine. As the Wraithlords come round the flanks. So, right, well, we've got the speed, we've got the secret. And those bright lances will try their best against desecrators. Those Plague Havocs as well. Yeah, no, there's just not enough. I could potentially lose a Wraithlord with this Baneblade, oh sorry, this Devil Dog Hellhound chasing him on after. Oh dear. The map control potentially going towards the Death Guard here. Long range zap on that Storm Chimera, keeping in place for a little while though. I don't know why for. You'd ideally want to wait for one of these Wraithlords to get into range and then zap him. That's alright. Here's a big engagement there. Warp Spiders teleporting in. And that will be a good chunk of the Imperial Guard infantry taken care of. Nice little save with those Warp Spiders there. Avoiding that squad wipe. And practically all the infantry. And they did not decide to double down on the assault. They've only got enough juice in their packs for 2 jumps. For having to wait for them to recharge, so it's either double jump all or nothing, or the old hit and run that the Eldari are known for. That Reaper still standing around. Come on, Envy. Get them a moving. Stormcom over here being zapped, allowing the Devil Dog to break him on down. And the army of the Death Guard. Oh, you've got a Rhino now. That's what you're planning for. Will the Death Guard be able to hold this off? I just don't think they can. Now rebuilding a bunker. This is the one major problem a lot of Death Guard players have. Is that they think, ah yes, I'm the Death Guard. I'm a defensive faction. I will build bunkers and be defensive. And yes, don't get me wrong. The Death Guard are very functional in a defensive posture. But you don't win the game by defending. You've got to at some point kill your opponents. Warp Spiders jumping in once again. Guardsman being taken care of, but we've got a perfect counter in the form of a priest that refuses to die. Commissar, the last survivor of his squad. One man amongst the dead and dying. Warp Spiders have now been forced backwards, but not after wreaking an unholy toll upon the guardsmen. And here come the bloated rhinos, the Death Guard, oh sorry, the Death Corps. I mean, look at it, right, you've got your bunkers. I mean, bugger all when you've got these metal boxes to transport your boys around. And the plague is spread. The engineers inside the bunker having their jimmies well and truly rustled, but the soldiers will be coming in for a charge. They don't care. They're going to give it a good old show. Also got the Eldar being able to teleport round over as well. Warp spiders coming in. Giving everyone a good hiding. There's once again more buildings been destroyed for the Death Corps. More of their economy being bashed, but get my words out. The Death Guard are sacrificing a lot of their fighting forces to make this fighting successful. I mean, now that all the Bloated Rhinos are dead, all these guys are practically dead essentially, unless of course they don't go for them. I suppose the Imperial Guard are making a play down towards them. Poisoners almost getting that field headquarters down as well. But the good old trusty Ragnarok, remarkable damage against infantry and heavy infantry, your all-purpose kind of tank. They're all down. Gonna get another Ragnarok out as well. Now those double heavy tanks supporting the Warp Spiders might be enough for them to reposition themselves and maybe get a bit of parity with the opponents. Death Guard as well, Envy providing the mainstay of infantry up on over here. Engineers been wiped out on the face of it. And it seems that Ragnarok, oh no, both of them are still alive, but really make sure that they don't die there. And what's your economy at the moment? Yeah, you cannot afford one of these guys to die at the moment. Get him down to safety. The Fire Dragons flanking around, managing to pull those Desecrators away. Plague Lord dead. Malignant Plague Caster soon to follow as well. And there we are. It looked very grim. A bit grim fandango for the Death Corps Krieg there, but managing to survive through the power of teamwork and these mighty Wraiths. Look at them go. Powerful boys. Will come down on south. Warp Spiders overextending themselves. A squad wipe going on there from the Cassicans of the Birdman. So fighting very much on the back foot for so long, but Death Guard throwing everything they had and the kitchen sink towards the Death Corps means that they've now got not much to defend with. So maybe they can start getting a bit of revenge, as it were. Fire Dragons burning down the listening post. Cassicans and the Death Shroud Terminators, as well as the Blight Lord Terminators. I've said it once, I'll say it again, never impressed with how these guys perform in a game, as they never actually have close combat and such. It takes a bloody million years to walk there. Who knows, maybe we'll see them. They run on forward as fast as they can. The Ragnarok says, no thank you, we're not going to play this game. And gradually over time, these guys will be whittled down. Just hold still, you bastards, they say. Poison flaring everywhere. We've got, oh, one swing. One person's got one swing, amazing. They're playing the feud, they're doing it. Getting involved. Also double Plague Predators. Take out one Ragnarok. We'll take out another one as well. Potentially 9 manages to narrowly survive. And one very elite squad being tied up by a squad of Grenadiers. Well, not necessarily been tied up, but just been rendered ineffective in that chase. Death Guard now having to run away. But they are in a bit of a pickle, as it were. As they are surrounded on all sides. I'm about to go down as well. Very expensive unit, 150. Just to reinforce Fire Dragons on an unrelenting crusade to kill all vehicles in their path. Look at them, they're doing it. Getting more slices. Nice. You know what? The most useful Death Shroud Terminators I've seen so far in my 3.5 years of casting. It's on my to-do list to do a 3-year anniversary video, but I'm going to miss that mark in January. Might do one for summer, who knows. Death Shrouds now inside the base. The one thing about buildings is that they cannot run away. A lot of firepower been thrummed into that support portal. And it seems that the Imperial Guard and Death Guard might potentially have this game. There's no flanking manoeuvres, is there? No, I'm not missing out on anything. Yeah, once again, we've seen it before on the channel. Death Guard thinking, yes, I will hide in my bunkers. The bunkers will keep me safe and win me the game. Which is a real shame because we've got a lot of offensive capability as well. You've just got to really want it, you know? Well, the Eldar base sliced down by the Man Reapers of the Death Shroud. Really strong opening there. You know, the line was held for a length of time. And the Death Corps seeming to want to fight it out. Which, fair enough. Glorious last stand. Let's watch from the POV of the Lord General. He started off the game riding solo, and so shall he end it. He's now going to go for those ranged veteran bodyguards. How long can he hold the line? Hiding between a bunch of buildings. He shows no fear. And also holding a Vulcan in one hand. Powerful forearms. Oh, here come the Plague Marines. Flee, gentlemen, flee. And there we go. My headcanon, he survives. Jumps inside there. Tunnels away. Fights live another day. No, it's not very Death Corps, but that's the way it is. So yeah, like I say, strong openings from the Death Corps and the Eldar. Looked as if they were having a nice time in the centre. But the Death Guard being able to use their, well, not necessarily manoeuvrability, but just going around the side. Oh, they've got loads of defensive stuff here. Well, we'll just walk around it. That's the ultimate counter to the kinds of defensive postures. There we go. So cheers, boys and girls, for watching at home. And if you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you once a game a week, and there is also a Discord where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. As for Miss Landshark, pleasure as always never short, and I will see you in a bit. Peace.